Have you ever wondered why you enjoy your own company more than being around others? Today we're exploring the intriguing topic of being a loner. Often misunderstood, being a loner isn't about isolation or antisocial behavior, rather it's a preference for solitude and self-reflection. It's not a negative trait, but a unique strength offering fresh perspectives and insights. So if you've ever felt out of step because you relish your alone time, you're not alone. Stay tuned as we delve into the 12 signs that you might be a born loner. The first sign you were born to be a loner is that you cherish your alone time. For many, solitude is a precious gift, not a burden. If you find yourself relishing the moments when you're by yourself, it's a clear indication that you may naturally lean towards a loner lifestyle. The quiet moments where you can hear your thoughts, indulge in your hobbies, or simply exist without the need for social interaction. These are the times when you feel most at peace. This isn't about disliking people, but about finding joy and comfort in your own company. The second sign is feeling drained by social interactions. While many people draw energy from being around others, loners often find these situations to be taxing. If after attending a social gathering, instead of feeling invigorated, you feel like you need time to recharge, then this might be a sign you're a natural loner. It's not about being antisocial, but rather the way you regain energy is different. For you, restoring your energy might involve curling up with a good book or spending time in nature, rather than being at a bustling party. Finally, the third sign is preferring deeper conversations over small talk. If you find yourself more interested in meaningful, thought-provoking discussions, rather than chatting about the weather or the latest celebrity gossip, then you might be a loner. Loners often crave depth and substance in their interactions. They enjoy exploring the intricacies of the human psyche, discussing philosophical ideas, or dissecting a fascinating book, rather than engaging in surface-level chatter. These signs are not about alienation or dislike for human interaction, but about personal preference for solitude, energy restoration, and depth in conversations. They depict the essence of a loner, someone who values their own company, who recharges in solitude, and who seeks depth and substance in their interactions. If these signs resonate with you, you might just be a natural loner. The journey to understanding oneself is ongoing and ever-evolving. Recognizing these traits in yourself is the first step towards embracing who you truly are. Moving on to the fourth sign. You are self-aware and introspective. Now, being a loner doesn't mean you're oblivious to your surroundings or your own feelings. Quite the opposite. Loners, by nature, have a heightened sense of self-awareness. They spend a lot of time with their thoughts, reflecting on their actions, decisions, and feelings. This introspection often makes them more in tune with their inner selves, helping them understand their needs and desires better than most. For instance, after a busy day, they understand the need to recharge in solitude, rather than heading out for a social gathering. They might prefer reading a book or going for a quiet walk to unwind. This understanding of their own emotional landscape is a clear sign of a loner personality. On to the fifth sign, you are independent. Loners thrive on their independence. They enjoy the freedom that comes from being able to make their own decisions without having to consider others' opinions or feelings. This isn't to say that they disregard others completely. Instead, they simply find satisfaction and contentment in paving their own path. For example, a loner might prefer solo travel, relishing the chance to plan their own itinerary and move at their own pace, without the need to accommodate others' preferences. This staunch independence often sets loners apart from the crowd. Lastly, the sixth sign, you value freedom. Freedom, for loners, isn't just about being independent. It's about having the space to think, to create, to be themselves without judgment or interference. They cherish their personal space and time and guard it fiercely. This could be as simple as spending a Sunday afternoon curled up with a good book, or as grand as embarking on a solo adventure across the world. These signs, being self-aware and introspective, independent and valuing freedom, further point towards a loner personality. Do they sound familiar to you? Our seventh sign is that you are highly empathetic and sensitive. This is a fascinating trait that many loners possess. It's not that loners are disconnected from the world, quite the contrary, they feel things deeply, often more than the average individual. This heightened sensitivity can sometimes be overwhelming, which is why loners often seek solitude, a space where they can process their emotions without external interruptions. Moving on, the 8th sign is having a small circle of close friends. Loners are not antisocial. They just prefer quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. They cherish deep, meaningful connections and are loyal to a fault. For them, it's not about having a large social circle, but about maintaining relationships that are genuine and fulfilling. They are more than comfortable in their own company, and when they do choose to share their time, it's with a select few who truly understand and appreciate them. Finally, the 9th sign you were born to be a loner is if you are a good listener. Yes, the power of listening, a trait that is often overlooked in our fast-paced society. Loners are usually great listeners. They are patient, attentive, and genuinely interested in what others have to say. They don't just hear, they listen, they understand. This skill sets them apart and makes their interactions, though fewer, much more meaningful. These traits, empathy, a preference for a small circle of friends and being a good listener, might seem ordinary, but they are in fact indicative of a loner. Loners often possess these traits. They value depth over breadth, authenticity over popularity, and understanding over being understood. Have you identified with any of these signs so far? The 10th sign that you were born to be a loner is that you are self-sufficient. You've learned to rely on yourself more than anyone else. You're comfortable with taking care of your own needs, solving your own problems, and making decisions independently. This doesn't mean you can't or don't seek help when needed, it's just that your default setting is self-reliance. Being self-sufficient is a strength that's often misunderstood. People might mistake it for arrogance or stubbornness, but it's neither. It's about knowing your abilities, trusting your judgment, and having the confidence to navigate life on your own terms. This trait is often found in individuals who have a loner personality type. They find satisfaction in their own company and rarely feel the need to depend on others. Moving on to the 11th sign, you have a rich inner life. This means your mind is a bustling hub of thoughts, ideas, and imaginations. You don't need external stimuli to keep yourself entertained or engaged. You could be sitting alone in a quiet room, yet be on an exciting adventure in your mind. You might be exploring a new idea, contemplating a philosophical question, or simply daydreaming. This ability to dive deep into your thoughts and enjoy your inner world is a sign of a born loner. Finally, the 12th sign is that you need time to recharge after social interactions. This is a classic trait of introverts and loners. You might enjoy socializing, but it can also be draining. After a party, a meeting, or even a casual get-together, you need some alone time to regain your energy. You retreat to your sanctuary of solitude to recharge your batteries. This is not about disliking people or avoiding social events. It's about understanding your energy dynamics and respecting your need for solitude. These are the last 3 signs of a born loner. How many of these signs do you identify with? We've now covered the 12 signs that suggest you were born to be a loner. Let's take a quick jog down memory lane. We've discussed how you might prefer solitude over social events, finding comfort and renewal in your own company. We've touched on how you might be self-aware and introspective, often finding joy in deep thought and personal growth. We've also highlighted how you could be self-reliant, independent, and not easily influenced by others. Perhaps you have a small circle of friends valuing quality over quantity, and you might be an excellent listener, showing empathy and understanding. We've talked about how you might have a creative mind, finding inspiration in solitude, and how you might be comfortable with silence, not needing constant chatter to feel at ease. Lastly, we've explored how you might be an old soul, often feeling out of step with your own generation, and how you might have a profound love for nature, finding solace in its quiet beauty. Remember, being a loner is not a negative trait. It's a testament to your strength, your self-sufficiency, and your ability to find fulfillment within yourself. And that, dear friends, is a rare and beautiful thing. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, do like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Remember, Being a loner is not a weakness, it's a strength that only few possess.